Hello. Welcome back to this conversation. I don't have many subscribers on this page, but here we are able to talk about certain issues that go on. We may see people, we may not see people. We're used to it. Nicole X, what's going on? You're the only one I see so far. But I'm ready to get started on this subject because a lot of people, I'm tired of hearing them complain in my text messages about things that's happening in the city, but yet they're not involved. They worry about Donald Trump and says Trump does this, Trump does that, and you'll go down to Lollapalooza and all this stuff downtown, but y'all don't do anything of an involvement in your own community. Now, plenty of people have started drives. We had a drive set up, what we started as far as we had a suit drive to get these young brothers suits, and anybody wanted to donate suits. I got suits in the trunk right now. We finna go donate to try to get these young brothers some suits and dress up to go to work and go out and get jobs. Most of them write an email saying like, man, I don't even have clothes to go get jobs. But I'm like, you got clothes and you got money to go buy Jordans. But you ain't got nothing to wear a dress shirt, at least one suit. At least one. So, many of us who have suits and stuff like that we probably don't wear no more, we're more than happy to donate to the suit drive. So, but that it's much bigger than that. That's just one thing that people do. But I'm saying as far as the complaints and things that they talk about in the neighborhood, when I try to tell them, you got to start, stop waiting for somebody else to do something for you. Because if you're going to sit there and wait for somebody to do this, like, oh no, because we finna start this thing up here and we finna do this, and you're going to be sitting on the sideline forever because the game is not made for anybody to wait. If you're waiting, you're going to be on the sideline for a long time. Because nobody's looking out for you. You have to be looking out for you. So now, here comes a situation in which you have like your aldermans of your wards. Hold them people responsible. How many times must I say it to people? The aldermans are responsible. They're getting a free paycheck. And I know Illinois is a Democratic state and they talk about Democrats are crazy and this and that. Hold them butts to the fire. Y'all the ones elect them and scream up and down for these Democrats, and they ain't doing nothing for you either. The Republicans, they ain't finna do. They ain't care less about you. They only care about your vote. Make them do their jobs. You going into the city and the streets is just torn up. Concrete, you just hitting blocks, and all they come over there to do is put a little tar thing on. They don't even seal off the road. They let that sit and they don't even dry right. And next thing you know, you got little tar pebbles flying everywhere. It's a terrible job that they do in the city to patch up these holes. And I'm like, this is how they treat you, and you guys pay taxes. Talk to your alderman. Get involved. Get the ward. That is your ward. Find out who the alderman of your ward is and make sure you hold them to task. You put them in office. You can put them out of office. Make them do their jobs. Start with things that you can control. Get you a neighborhood block together. Clean your block up. Make sure your grass is cut. Get organized in that way. In that fashion. That's what you would want to do. Better your neighborhood. Don't tell me about little Johnny down the block selling drugs. Because if little Johnny down the block in the burbs was doing anything righteous, he would be out of there. If it was a block club, they wouldn't even let him set up. He wouldn't want to post there. Because there ain't nothing there for him. Everybody got these like summer colds. Mine is year round. Now, where were we? Talking about the wards and fixing up the streets. You got to start with things that you can control. You can't come outside your house and just talk about Trump all day. And Trump, man, you see what Trump did, man. Trump did this, Trump did that. I'm like, focus. This is not going to help you. It's nice. Yeah, we know Trump sleep at the wheel. We know he has no business being a president. But still, he's there now. Now it's like, what's the next step now? How is this going to help you? People talking about, yeah, the Dow went up this much and this much. Trump doing his job, man. Look at the Dow. It's going up. I'm like, you don't even own an account. So what's the Dow going up doing for you? That's just the illusion. Every time there's a new president, it affects the market. The market don't crash when the president is a new president. It goes up. Have you noticed there's an influx of jobs every time there's an election coming? The president always find a way to find some jobs for something. Then it goes up. I mean, it's just a numbers game, but you can see overall he's failing. But with that being said, it's not the concern. The concern is things that you can control. Getting your neighborhood together. Like I said before, how many people even talk to their neighbors in Chicago? Do you know this neighbor? Do you know that neighbor? Do you know them? Do you know them? Do you know them? Do you know them? Y'all come together, get a block club together, get your aldermen in there involved, saying, look, we have a block club here. We want you here present because we don't want these streets right here that we live on to be dirty. We don't want no cracks in there. We don't want to live in a war zone. Big Boss Savage, if you got blocked off that page, I don't know what you did, but you must have done something to get blocked off that page, because I barely block anybody unless they said something racist or really out of line. So I don't know what you did. I can't even recall, but I'm quite sure you know what you did. I don't know how to unblock people on there. More talk on the fight? Jason, we just went like 30 minutes talking about that fight last night. I only called you the C word. Well, that's not going to get on my good side. And probably sometimes YouTube do it, Big Boss Savage. I don't really do them sometimes. You say the wrong type of words, YouTube come in or somebody else will complain about you, and then they'll take you down. So you must have went extra and Ndongo can hit, but Terrence Crawford has too many skills. He could switch up styles so much on Ndongo. Ndongo fights one way. One way. And if Terrence can't beat him that way, he'll switch into another style and beat him another way. And Ndongo, he's just very strong. He's very strong. But he fights only one way. He don't know how to adjust. Well, Big Boss, if I find a way to unblock you, I will. I don't know how to do it. I got to go look up the thing, but I don't know how. What Paulie Twitter fiasco? I text Paulie yesterday to see if he wanted to talk. He never called me back. Well, see, Mike, you probably don't have one because you probably not subscribed to this account. That's probably why you didn't get a notification. This is the one I use to talk about politics and other issues, social issues. So we this is the page you can do that on, so I don't get destroyed on my page. So I do stuff. I don't even really get paid for this at all. Nothing. It's just me talking to y'all and for those who need to hear certain information to help benefit them in the community. So on that note, we're going to shut this one down. We went about, 11 minutes already on this one. Probably a record. Well, I appreciate that, Jason. I have not heard Meek out. Don't plan on listening to it either. I'm going to save that time. So any more questions y'all want to ask me before I sign off? I might talk to y'all live at the movie theaters. Give a shout out to Bob. Who in the world is Bob? I just put out a video about Biggie. It's up on the page right now. Well, Karceno for life. That's what it is. And I had a page. My first page on YouTube was Karceno. And then came Karceno 2. They took both of those down. And then I'm like, look, I'm going to have this new page for life. And they ain't touching this one. Karceno for life. And then I got Karceno 2 page back. So I still have Karceno 2. It's just sitting there like, yeah, we in the house. I doubt that. Biggie made classic music. Like, he made great radio songs. And he made street songs. That's very hard to do. When you can have the street dudes and you can have the radio dudes do their thing, very hard to do. Very hard to do. And on his radio jams, it was no bubblegum stuff with Biggie. You still got bars. Of course I said it. Wait till y'all see my review video. All I do is brag about how right I am about power. Told y'all this is the most predictable season ever. I predicted all of this. Now wait when I tell you Tyreek is gonna die eventually. Something's gonna happen with him. He gonna go to jail or he's gonna die. He's at a self-destruct point. My boy T, he doubted. The one that used to do the show with me, he might OD, yep. He might overdose on syrup or something. Yeah, see, what the whole show is based on is that these are your sins. Okay, you can't hide from your sins. And most people try all the time to get around their sins. Their sins always come back to get you. So for all the dirt they done did in the past that they done got away with, it's all coming full circle. As all of it piles up and all of this stuff is like laid over from years. All the Canaan stuff, all the stuff of them with Lobos. All of these things have linked on to Greg, and now it escalated, and now they're at a point where all this stuff is piling on. The Jimenez and using their cards and the hits on Lobos. All this stuff is coming full circle. Everybody's sins are coming back to get them. That's what the show is about. But I gotta go. It's been great. We'll talk more. I'll probably go live when I'm at the movies, and then we'll talk about some movies. So look out for that if y'all on Screen Fiend account. But I'm out.